All right, so we're so starving.
Yeah, we wrote it in Ryan's kitchen at his old house. We were all standing around. He had the line, and it seemed like the one song that, at least as an introduction to the record, it kind of sums up a lot of the themes on the record.
When we were writing the song that night, no one knew what time it was, and somebody said that, and we thought it was kind of funny, and then
we didn't have any windows in our practice space, and we were in there for like 8 hours or something. We got there, around noon or something. So,
yeah, we were pretty much on a different planet, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's a Handsome Woman is a quote that our producer Rob Mathis used. That's how he explained a pretty girl, and we thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
It was like the second song we wrote, and we were all happy about 9 in the afternoon, so we decided to celebrate, and we were out in Ryan's backyard, and I just remember it was like 80 degrees, and we're just kind of hanging out and playing guitar.
Song about the weather.
Song about the weather.
Things have changed for me, and that's okay.
So that Green Gentleman, next single, as you were saying, and the video's done.
C major.
C major.
I played C major, and that was the first thing he started playing on the drums, and then 4 hours later the song was done.
That one and 9 in the afternoon were the two that we did kind of as a whole band playing and just kind of trying to play something that felt good.
One night when we were writing another song, I was just playing something on guitar, and we all were just kind of playing and like making up lyrics to it, it's like just a fun thing. And so it just kind of became like a ditty. They were like, hey, so you can throw it on the album. I was like, all right, sure, thanks. So so that was one of the 2 songs that I got to throw in there.
One of the pretty songs I think on the record is Northern Downpour.
John wrote the melody for the verse, and I loved it, and Spence loved it also, and he kept wanting to change it, and I didn't want him to change it, so I wrote the lyrics really fast so he couldn't change it.
Yeah.
And the next day came in and I was like, okay, I got it.
When the Day Met the Night, this is one that's got strings on it, it's got horns on it.
We were just not able to on the first album, but some of these songs we felt needed that stuff to really come across the right way. And the last section that goes for about a minute at the end, kind of just improv on one of the first takes we were playing together, and I just kept going. We never really have done anything like that before.
We came home one night and ended up writing a whole song that was a bunch of different parts, and that song is actually, the Pas de Cheval is probably about half of that song.
Yeah.
So we mixed up some of the parts and redid some stuff, and we started playing it with the rest of the guys. It turned into that.
The Piano Knows Something I Don't Know, kind of another Sgt. Pepper's fantastical kind of thing, I would say.
I think that's one of the most experimental songs on the album. There's no chorus.
Behind the Sea, I have to look at Mr. Roth because this is lead vocal for you.
Well, I used to sing lead before Brendan was in the band.
And then even when I joined.
Yeah.
For a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really cool. I walked in one day and these guys were talking about the song, and then him and Rob were sitting there and they said, why don't you try to sing this?
When nothing really mattered except for me to be with you.
Yeah, it's supposed to be just like a really simple, number with just words that are easily associated, not difficult,
Very nostalgic.
Very classic, nostalgic words.
Yeah, that's me on fiddle.
No,
Fiddle debut.
yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
I didn't play fiddle.
She Had the World.
That was one of the ones that took the longest to finish. Just ended up being a lot cooler than I thought it would have turned out. And we had like some harpsichord and some really beautiful orchestration that Rob arranged.
From A Mountain in the Middle of the Cabin.
It's kind of like an outro to the whole theme of the record,
Yeah.
but it isn't the last song. But it's kind of, I mean, in my eyes at least, kind of feels like it's like an ending, winding down.
Yeah.
And the album does end on, as I said earlier, I think one of my favorite songs is Mad as Rabbits.
Hold on. Okay, we're rolling.
From walking off a windowsill, or I'll sleep in the rain.
We basically just spent a whole Saturday. It was like, you know, the last week we were in the studio, and Brendan was on bass, I was playing guitar, and you know, we were all just, we played the song until we were happy with it, pretty much.
I think it feels most like the band at this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's like me and Brendan sing back and forth, and everyone's doing backup vocals on it. It was definitely like the most group sounding, and the last refrain, the Reinvent Love thing, kind of just summed up the whole process, I think.
Nail.